Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about where to live in Colorado Springs and what that looks like with a map overview. And we're getting to it right now.
Hey guys, I'm Clay,
I'm Jacob.
and we are the Martin Brothers, and we are back with another video about all things living in Colorado Springs. We get calls from people every single day about what it's like to live, work, and play in and around Colorado Springs. So if you have any questions about any of those things, please give us a call, shoot us a text, or even come knock on our door, or shoot us an email. And we would love to be your go-to resource for all things Colorado Springs.
Like Clay said, we're doing these videos every single week for folks like you that want to know more about what it's like to live in Colorado Springs. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell so that you're notified whenever we're dropping a new video.
All right. So we are here today because we get calls from people wanting to know about the best places to live in Colorado Springs. So we figured it would be useful to pull up a map and kind of go over all things Colorado Springs, different neighborhoods, traffic patterns, where hot spots are, popular places to go, and so on. So today we are here at on our website, livingincoloradosprings.com. And from our homepage, if you go to the Springs right here, there is a map icon. You click on it, and it'll bring us to this interactive map, which I think is a really cool feature. And it literally has all the areas of Colorado Springs broken down into a interactive map. So you can literally hover over this map and click on your favorite area. Ours happens to be the Northwest. You've heard us talk about it, and it kind of gives you a breakdown of different neighborhoods uh, that you can click on. It's got the zip codes, the elevation, the school districts, and then it's got links that'll take you to the school districts so you can get information there as well. Um, but let's go back and let's just kind of answer some commonly asked questions that we get about Colorado Springs. So, Colorado Springs is the city, El Paso County is the county, and it is a very large county. For example, if you're hanging out here in Manitou and you want to travel up to Peyton, you can bet on about a 40 to 45-minute drive just to get from here all the way up to here. Um, some other commonly traveled places are going to be Fort Carson. This is a really cool spot, or a popular spot for folks that live and commute to the Army base. So if you're up in the Northgate area traveling to Fort Carson, you're going to be looking at a 25 to 30-minute commute depending on the time of day. And that's just a straight shot down I-25 to Fort Carson. So about 30 minutes. A lot of people travel up to Denver International Airport, and from downtown, central part right here, all the way up to Denver, the International Airport, is about an hour and 15-minute drive. Also, depending on the time of day, whether or not there's construction or the rush hour commute. Um, Over here is Woodland Park. This is going to be what's known as up Highway 24, or what people refer to as up the path. And from downtown up to Woodland Park is about a 25 to 30-minute drive. And this is the route that people take to go west up to the mountain to go camping, which is where I happened to go just this past weekend. And myself and everybody else is pulling their camper headed up this way to go west into the mountains to go camping. And if you are not doing that, you want to avoid going this way on Fridays after like noon or 1 o'clock, because everybody and their brother are headed up Highway 24, and it does get really congested. This is a 2-lane road that's really windy. Um, and then once you get up into Woodland Park, you get through the town of Woodland Park. It does stretch out a little bit, and traffic flows a little bit better. But going up this path, there's not a lot of room. There are some stoplights, and it does bottleneck quite a bit. So avoid Highway 24 on Friday, headed westbound. And then on Sundays, if you're up that way, it's going to be just as congested coming back. Do you want to go over kind of some other uh, areas?
Yeah. So just mentioning the, going up the pass, it's going up and over the mountain pass is what we mean by that. But just be smart about like when you're going to leave or when you're going to return if you can be, and it might make it a little bit easier. Like that's the direction, that's the road, Highway 24 that I take when my daughters and I go skiing. We typically go to Monarch Mountain. It's a smaller like local mountain. It's not like a huge resort, so we don't have to deal with as many tourists. So it's a little more enjoyable for a family. Definitely easier for kids to learn on. And then like our family comes out here and they joke around because they'll be like, oh, how far away? How far away is that? I'll be like 15 minutes or 30 minutes. That's typically the answer. Pretty much anywhere you're going in and around Colorado Springs, you can bet on it being either a 15-minute drive or a 30-minute drive. We get a lot of locals here that complain about the traffic. And these are people that, have lived here for 40 or 60 years, right? So they were here when Colorado Springs was a very small town. So it's kind of unfair for them to spout out that, oh, the traffic is horrible, because it's not. It's not bad at all. And most people that are from, larger areas, larger cities, they come out here and they're like, this traffic is nothing. So you really don't have to worry about that all too much. And, we get a lot of folks that, are coming here PCSing for the military. You've got, Peterson Air Force Base down here. You've got Schriever Air Force Base over here. Pretty much anywhere that you live in the city of Colorado Springs. You really wouldn't have much more than a 30-minute commute, which is, not a big deal at all. Traveling east to west becomes a little more tricky because, the roads are a little more confined. You don't have an interstate, going east to west. So you could, deal with a little more traffic and, stopping and starting more so than you would if you're traveling north to south. Like I live over here in the Northwest, and I will say, I drive all the time. So does Clay with our job. We're literally all over the place. So it's not a big deal to us. But like I live in the Northwest. In all reality, like if I didn't work as a realtor, I would probably never go to like Powers and this Eastern corridor here. Because everything that I would need or want is kind of up along I-25. Most of the growth that we're seeing in Colorado Springs is going to be like north of here. So going up, Interquest area. So like North Briargate, Interquest, and North Gate. Super popular. I would say it's booming right now. Lots of retail and like activity, entertainment, stuff like that is going in. We just had a new company called Shields come into town. It's literally the biggest department store I've ever been in my entire life. They have anything and everything you would need for the outdoors or clothing. That just came in. We've got Bass Pro Shop up there, Overdrive Raceway, which is a really cool like 2-story go-kart place. And then Top Golf is about to be finished. I believe it should be finished like
Middle of August. So
of
today's
August.
mid like July 22nd. So Top Golf will be open.
So, and we'll be there a lot. Like I'm really excited about that because before, like the nearest Top Golf was is it in Centennial?
Yeah,
I think
Centennial.
Centennial. So like right around Denver. But that'll be nice to have it like in our backyard. But lots of growth, lots of restaurant, entertainment. There's breweries and like gastro pubs up there. And then obviously like Eastern Colorado Springs.
Hold up real quick.
Yeah.
You left out a really important restaurant in Northgate. In-N-Out Burger is also in Northgate as part of that development.
And then for you folks down in the South, you probably don't care about, in and out. But what a burger is coming to town. So I'm really, really pumped about that. That'll be nice. And it'll be, I think it's in the same area, like Interquest, Northgate area. But yeah, I mean, pretty much, I mean, that whole area is just really, really exploding. So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like here in the next 5-10 years. And then out east here, along you'll hear it called the Powers or Mark Shuffle corridor. So those two roads run north and south, and it's just, expanding like crazy out that way. And that's primarily where we're going to see the majority of the growth over the years is out eastward. You're further away from the mountains, but I mean, the views are pretty epic of the entire Front Range. Like, definitely a good place to live. You've got a lot of shopping, retail, restaurants around, have everything you want or need at your fingertips. If you are, especially if you're working like on Peterson or Schriever, I mean, that's pretty ideal because you're relatively close by, easy access. If you're working on Carson, you got to travel westward a little bit, but I mean, we've sold lots of houses to folks that chose to live on the Powers and Mark Shuffle corridor and then travel the 20 or 25-minute drive to Fort Carson. Completely doable. And then so you've got, so like up north here, you've got Northgate, then you got Black Forest. Black Forest is an area where you could go and you could get some acreage, maybe some acreage and some trees. Really nice area. You are out a ways, like this northeastern section of Black Forest. It could be a 40-minute commute to downtown. But a lot of folks come out here and they want a little peace and privacy, and Black Forest is typically on their list of places to search. And then we've got the Tri-Lakes area, which is going to be Palmer Lake and Monument. I was just in Palmer Lake last week, took my daughters there to go paddleboarding at Palmer Lake. And it was nice. Like, from my house, it was probably a 30-minute drive. We just packed the car up, set up a canopy and everything and like hung out by the water. It's not a big lake, it's pretty small, but, perfect if you're going up there to like paddleboard or just do some light kayaking, or you just want to sit by the water. My girls absolutely loved it. And then like this, like Peyton area, like it's pretty flat. You'll see like tumbleweeds and stuff like that, but there's a lot of developments going on out here. Personally, I would never want to live out here. It's just too flat and windy for me. Same thing with Falcon, right? But again, a lot of people are moving out this way because there's new developments. Maybe there's a little more elbow room between houses. And then another popular area is Fountain, like Fountain Valley area, but then you also have Security Widefield. So Fountain Valley is its own little city, and then you've got Security Widefield, which is just north of Fountain. And they're all growing very, very quickly. Both areas are super popular for military folks. You can see it's really easy access to Carson, Peterson, and Schriever. So it's kind of a no-brainer. And for a long time, it's been, a little more affordable than, Colorado Springs. And it still is, but obviously, with low inventory right now in current times in 2021, it's just, we're seeing a lot of buyers have difficulty getting stuff under contract. But Fountain Valley is absolutely a great spot because it's growing as well. And, you got really easy access to, maybe you don't have all the shopping in Fountain that you would want, or maybe all the restaurants. But I mean, you're literally like depending on where you're going, you're like a 15 or 20-minute commute to anything and everything that you might need or want along that Powers and Mark Shuffle corridor.
So a lot of people are asking what our market's like and what kind of home they can get for that price point or any given price point. So something we want to talk about today is this. Our average sales price in Colorado Springs is hovering around $450,000. So what does $450,000 get you? Okay. Let's just use the foothills is going to be on the west side. Like the mountains are always west here in Colorado Springs. So I'm going to use the Northwest as a example. Um, First of all, our inventory is really low right now as of June 22nd. So the Northwest right here, there's not a ton of inventory, but a $450,000 house in the Northwest is going to be in the foothills. You're going to be up against the mountain. So you're not going to have like a crazy view of the mountains because you're in the mountains. Um, but 450 is going to be, typically those houses would be built what, like in the 60s and 70s,
80s.
70s and
Yeah.
80s. So,
but it's going to be really, really dated. More than likely, it's going to be entry level for that area. To be honest, like in like west of I-25, 450 just does not get you much at all. And there's a lot of competition because people want to be tucked into the foothills and close to all the trails and everything that's over there. So your dollar just doesn't go as far as compared to
like the Northeast and Briargate, and even gonna be like out here by like Powers and Mark Sheffel. That same price point is gonna get you a home that 10 to 15 years old, and it's gonna be more updated than homes over here on the west side that are older. They're gonna be a little more turnkey. They're gonna be a little more move-in ready. They're gonna have uh, uh, they're just going to be more updated all around. But they're still going to be what Jacob mentioned is entry level, as that's kind of our average price point here in Colorado Springs in this market at this time. Uh, the next thing people ask is they're like, where did all the hiking go on in Colorado Springs, like the outdoor activities? Jacob kind of touched on where to go to hit water. There's
go to Google Maps.
let's see. What do you want to get in here?
No, so just
Okay. So let's zoom in a little bit here on Google Maps. Uh, the A lot of the hiking is going to go on again in the foothills, like in the mountains, and we're going to be on the west side. So Manitou Springs, there's going to be the Manitou Incline. That is the staircase that is 0.9 miles long and over 2,000 steps up to the top of the incline, which is when you get to the top, you're literally above the clouds. You gain an insane amount of elevation in just 0.9 miles. And it's quite a kick in the pants.
Depending on your fitness level, probably not a good idea to come out here and do it immediately. I mean, even if you're in really great shape, the altitude might mess you up a little bit. And then you've got Red Rock Canyon open space. This is a really incredible spot to go. I know Clay used to go, maybe you still go there quite a bit, but it was a great place for him to go with his dog. They have a dog park there that's fenced now. Lots of ground to cover. Like I went at the beginning of the year and hiked about 8 miles over there, and we never covered the same area twice, and just really, really pretty. And you can see the city off in the distance. And then it's just crazy. Like when you look at this map overview, you've got Garden of the Gods here, which maybe you won't go there as much once you're living here. Or if you run a lot or you cycle, you might go in there because it's a great place with minimal traffic. And it's very beautiful, but I know like locals probably just don't visit Garden of the Gods as much as they typically would, but there's some really great trails in that area.
There are. It becomes kind of like forgotten about. Like
Yeah.
you take it for granted. But when you're out here visiting, definitely go drive through there, park, get out and walk around. It really is a beautiful place to visit.
And then you've got our absolute favorite park in Colorado Springs, which is going to be Ute Valley Park here in the Northwest. It's over 550 acres. Great trails, beautiful views. When you're in the middle of it, you truly feel like you're in the mountains, and you can hike over here. You can run, mountain bike. There's phenomenal mountain biking. Recently, I've been over here a long time, and I didn't realize that you could have horses on the trails. Maybe you can't, but there was a horse on one of the trails at one point.
Speaking of horse friendly, go over to Palmer Park.
Yeah.
Palmer Park is horse friendly. They've got some stables over there. It is horse friendly. They do have off-leash dog areas where you can go hike. They do have a lot of events over there: mountain biking races, running races. Jacob did a race there back in
October.
October.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. Like, I mean, I was there for a long time running that race, and it was really impressive because, again, you know, I'm in the middle of the park. You would have no idea that you're legit in the center of a major city, because it felt like I was secluded. It felt like I was deep in the mountains. So no matter where you live in Colorado Springs, you can stay in the city, go to an open space, and get that little outdoor fix that you might be needing. You've got Pulpit Rock, Austin Bluffs open space. Let's see.
Something else that just came to mind, Jacob mentioned hiking in Ute Valley. If you've watched some of our previous videos, Ute Valley is where we encountered a rattlesnake. We've been here 8 years or just over 8 years, and I've never encountered a rattlesnake until the tail end of last summer, I believe. So just be aware if you guys are coming from different places in the US or the world. You're in a different climate, a different environment. You know, do your research on, you know, the dangers involved in being outdoors and what type of behavior you should or shouldn't do if you were to become a victim of a rattlesnake bite or
definitely be aware. Like you're not.
I would not. So what I thought I would do if I got hit by a rattlesnake was the total wrong behavior. So just do your research and be prepared. It's better to know what to do and not need it than need to know what to do and not have the right
what?
Better to need it, better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it.
And I mean, we've got Cheyenne Canyon Park, which is another phenomenal area. Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, great place. You know, if you're for anyone really, adults, children. If you're coming here with a family, I would highly recommend that you get the season pass. I think it's like 150 or 170 bucks for the family, and just a great place to go. Make sure you wear your tennis shoes because you're definitely getting a workout climbing those hills, going to the different exhibits. Yeah, I mean, just so many outdoors stuff to do: mountain biking, paddle boarding, hiking, trail running, lots of rock climbing and bouldering available here as well. And this is all kind of, you know, like central. You've got your Northwest here, you've got your West side, you know, central Colorado Springs, but it's all very accessible no matter where you live, you know, in the community. And then we'll go up here a little bit and show you, like, just as a reference point, we've got I-25 here. We've got the Air Force Academy. As you start going up here, you're hitting Northgate, right? And this is where a lot of the northern expansion is that we're seeing. And then over here, you know, you've got Powers Corridor. So you can see it's a pretty good sized road that runs all the way south. And then this road is actually, as we speak, getting to the point to connect to I-25. So that's around this area. It's going to be doing a connection, and that's going to be happening really soon. So like, even if you're, you know, over here on the east side, you'll be able to access I-25 relatively easily and quickly without going, you know, straight across town. Which will help, you know, for those of you that are going to be working in like South Denver. Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
so that's really all things living in Colorado Springs. And if you guys have more specific questions or more detailed questions, like, let us know. We're happy to get on a Zoom call with y'all and kind of go over you know, the areas that you're going to be living and the what are you looking at?
I was looking for Salida. Forget it.
Anyways, drifting off over
Yeah.
here. But yeah, if you guys have more specific questions about where you're going to be living and what the commute looks like, or the best places to live, give us a call. We'll get on a Zoom call with you. We'll go over this stuff in more detail, answer any questions you have. When you come out to visit, we'll put you on we'll give you a tour to go on and just kind of get familiar with the area, so you guys can, test drive times and check out neighborhoods and go sightseeing. We tell people not to be all business out here. Like, go check out some houses, but also get out and play. Go see Garden of the Gods. Go do a hike and so on.
Yeah, even if you're not sure, like, if you are going to move out here, come out, visit. This is a spot that you can actually like come out to scope out real estate and jobs, but also get a vacation in and get outdoors and enjoy the activities. So definitely check it out. And then, like Clay said, we'll hop on a Zoom call with you. We'll pull up a map. If you want to go deep into a certain area, we'll discuss that. We'll talk about certain neighborhoods, and give you all of the information that you need so that you can make an informed decision about, where you're going to call home. We're happy to do that.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video on where to live in Colorado Springs. I'm Clay.
I'm Jacob.
And we're the Martin Brothers. If you guys need anything at all about what it's like to live, work, and play in Colorado Springs, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even come knock on this guy's door, and we'll do whatever we can to help you guys as quickly as we can.
Hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell so that you're notified when we drop a new video. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.